Another council member is asking to keep criminals out of jail. Welcome to the Jason Rantz Show, presented by None Better Tax Resolution. King County Councilmember Girmay Zahilay complains that putting criminals in jail is just unrealistic because our criminal legal systems are at a breaking point. He hopes you don't realize he's one of the local radicals pushing to starve the criminal justice system of resources. And it was all intentional. The council member co-wrote an op-ed in the Seattle Times where he argues that those of us taking a tough-on-crime approach to this crisis, we are misguided because neither the courts nor the jails can handle more criminals. He writes, the King County Sheriff's Office cannot find enough new deputies to fill its ranks. Historic backlogs in our court system delay cases for years, and the King County Jail has had intractable staffing shortages. Ooh, intractable. Corrections officers themselves have pleaded for more diversion programs, he says, stating their inability to keep themselves and incarcerated people safe at current staffing levels. Okay, how curious is that? You see, he voted to defund the King County Sheriff's Office, moving millions of dollars earmarked for law enforcement to diversion programs that don't actually work. There's a backlog of cases because Zahilay and other radicals favored criminal justice reforms that kept criminals out of jail to continue to reoffend, while inspiring, of course, a culture of lawlessness that's since spiraled out of control. And this council member voted against a contract to transfer inmates from the overcrowded downtown King County Jail to the South Correctional Entity facility in Des Moines. That would have helped lessen the load taken on by that staff, which he pretends to care about now. So he's the one responsible for the issues that he's now using to justify not punishing criminals. He writes, public defenders are the latest justice system employees to test their breaking points. Newly published research spotlights the unsustainable caseloads King County public defenders have been working to manage. These caseloads grow even worse daily as experienced defenders qualified to handle the most serious cases quit, leaving a smaller and smaller number of attorneys to handle those most serious cases. Aww. He then says the county should only charge, quote, on the gravest allegations of illegal behavior. So he's arguing against charging criminals. This isn't about a lack of resources. It's about his abolitionist views. He helped manufacture the problem to then use it as a justification to back his ideological position that we shouldn't be punishing criminals. This is great news if you're a criminal, bad news if you're one of the victims. Jason Rantz here with Greg Nunn, your local tax expert and advocate. Greg, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, Jason, great to be with you again and talk about these tax issues.
Okay, so why should anyone in trouble with the IRS contact you immediately?
The sooner the better, because it's so much easier to deal with an IRS situation at the beginning than when you're getting toward the end and they're getting very aggressive. And at the same time, it takes that pressure off of you sooner and gives you that peace of mind that, hey, no more fear of going to the mailbox because I'm here helping you.
So by connecting with you, can you assure people that they won't have the IRS on their doorstep or calling them nonstop?
When you have representation, you definitely do not want to talk to the IRS ever, and you don't have to. You are protected by statute, by law, that when you have representation, they have to deal with your representative. And I am acting in your best interest when I'm dealing with the IRS, and I tell you, you don't want to talk to them, it'll just stress you out.
Greg, thank you so much. That was really, really helpful.
Hey, it's my pleasure, and I just really hope that what I've said helps some people that are in tax difficulty.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. Greg might be able to negotiate a settlement for up to 85% off the original amount owed, including penalties and interest. Call Greg Nunn today. Did you like this video? We have a whole lot more over at KTTH.com.